Merry Christmas in July. Can you see I've got my sunglasses on and my sunglasses cup? Well, I can't see. Well, today's video is of course, our live video, and it's all going to be about Christmas in July. And it's so much fun to celebrate Christmas in July. And it's because we as crocheters, hello Michelle, we get started on some fun projects so that when Christmas rolls around in a few months, like 6 months, we're ready, right? Well, I did some little investigating on where did Christmas in July even come from. And so I've got a couple of things here. Let me pop on my regular glasses. Well, hi Kimberly. Hi, Rosita and Dana. Glad you're here. All right, so let's get started with what I found on where Christmas in July came from. Hi, Tina. Well, one thing said that it was invented by retailers to get out all their leftover Christmas stuff in July and sell it really cheap so they wouldn't have to deal with it in the fall when the other Christmas in July stuff comes out. I don't think that's true because, you know, Hobby Lobby and Michaels and all of them, they put their new stuff out in July so that we crafters will have it. Another thing I read said that countries like Australia that are in the southern hemisphere, they celebrate Christmas in July because it's snowing there where it's hot here. But I don't think that's true either. It sounds fun, but I don't think that's true either. Another thing I read said it had more to do with missionaries and families and friends who are on the other side of the world. And you know, some 20, 30 years ago, if you wanted them to get Christmas presents at Christmas, you had to send them out in July. And that sounds like that might have been true also. But here's my theory. My theory is Christmas in July was invented by maybe us crafters because we need all of our stuff. And you know, every year in middle of July, the stores do two things. They put out their back to school stuff and they put out their Christmas stuff. And even Walmart's and some of those stores do. But I always get a little bit frustrated when people get upset that Hobby Lobby and Joann's and Michael's put their Christmas stuff out in July. And I always say, hey, they're craft stores. We crafters need our stuff so we can be ready when Christmas rolls around. I mean, have you ever tried to make a crochet tree skirt for a huge tree? You can't whip that out on Christmas Eve, right? So we need all of our stuff early. And the truth of the matter is I don't care where it came from. I just love it because I love Christmas. I love the holidays. I love the tinsel and the bells and the music. Of course, I'm that weird person who loves to listen to Christmas music all year long. So, well, hello. I see some of you I've missed. Hi, Ann and Tammy and Cindy. Hi, Leslie and Jeannie, Anne Marie, Marlene and Kimberly. I'm so glad you're all here. Okay, so whoever invented Christmas in July, we don't care. We just love Christmas in July. Hi, Kathy. I see you popping in. Now, before we get started, I'm going to show you some things that we're going to be doing for Christmas in July on the Posh Pooch Designs page, of course. And then I'm going to show you our yarn giveaway. But before we do that, we need to all clink in and check out my cup. We're cool, right? Because it's July, we need to have our sunglasses on. And I love this cup. I got it at Walmart probably last year when the Emoji Movie came out. And it's just super cute with the sunglasses. It says something inside. Let's see. I am literally too cool for this. Well, that's not true because I'm not really cool, so. I've got good old iced Folgers. And yes, I put iced coffee in my coffee mug. All right, so let's kind of get started with what we have going on for patterns for Christmas in July. Now, one of the things that I did last week was the dog bone Christmas stocking. And this is a pattern, I actually wrote it about 7 years ago, and I was selling it for a while. And then I thought, oh, I'm just going to put it out there for free because it's a really simple pattern. And then I decided I wanted to retest the pattern and make a video. So I did that last week. It's super cute. This one is done with the glitter yarn. I don't know if you can see that. See it sparkle? And I did the green bow. And this one I did with a red bow, and I made the bow a lot longer. And the red one's for Rosie and the green one's for Max, or whichever. But anyway, that's one of the patterns I put out there. We updated the pattern. We put brand new pictures. We did more pictures, so it's more of a photo tutorial. And then we did a video as well. And I think you're all really going to like it because it's great for dogs, but it's great for anyone who loves dogs and pets. And the neat thing about it is when I originally released it for free, I think it was like 3 years ago, maybe for free. I originally wrote it 7 years ago and was selling it. But the reason I did it is I had a lot of rescues that really push people getting dogs from rescues instead of, you know, puppies from breeders or pet stores. And they wanted to send home people with a goodie bag. And so they, at Christmas time, and so they would make these stockings. I had one lady, she made about 100 of them. And she made them in all different colors, and they were really pretty. And then she would hand embroider their name. That she would ask them, what are you going to name the dog? The dog's name's Sparky or something. And then she would hand embroider the dog's name right across here. And then the rescue would give them like a collar or a leash, maybe a bandana and some dog goodies, so that at Christmas time, maybe they weren't rescuing a puppy, but they were rescuing a dog, but they needed some things, and they would send them home with one of these. And that's why I originally made it free. It's so funny though, because when we went in and retested the pattern, there were a couple of things in there I was like, why did I have them do it that way? I've got a much easier way to do that now. And so we updated the pattern, new pictures, and of course, like I said, brand new video. Well, then I got a lot of comments about, what do you got for the kitty cats? You've got a dog bone. Do you have something for the kitty cats? And so I do have a pattern, and I don't have a video for this just yet. But this is just a dog or a pet paw. And I didn't before have the little fish on there. And I added a little fish if you want to make it for a kitty cat. Or you can make it for a puppy. It's just really simple. And it's similar to the other one, but not exactly the same. And I did it in a beige with some red sparkle and some a sparkle green bow. This pattern has been updated with new pictures. We just haven't got the video done yet, but it will be. We are working on the video for that one. And so the thing they asked for was a fish stocking. And so what I suggested is I have my fish washcloth out there. You can take that fish washcloth and you can make it into a stocking simply by making two and putting them together, single crocheting around and leaving the top open, and then it becomes a little fish treat bag. So you can try that too, and I might do a video about it so that you can see how that works. But haven't got it done yet, of course. May you ask who's we? Me and my testers. I have a really fun group of ladies. Some of them have been with me since the very beginning that test my patterns for me. It's a whole different ball game of designing, writing up a pattern, and having it tested, doing pictures, and doing videos. It's a lot of work in between. And I love to design, but I hate math. And so I have people who check my math and my grammar. And the thing is, I can put it through a spell check, and I spell words wrong that are real words. In other words, I might want to say the word one, but I only typed in O-N, so spell check doesn't grab it. And so I need those people. When I say we, that's who I'm talking about. Sometimes it's my daughter. Sometimes it's friends that live here in Parker, and sometimes it's people on the internet. It just depends on the pattern and in the time they have. Some people are really busy in the summer, and so some of those things don't get tested, you know, just whoever can do it, basically. Alrighty, so also when I say we, I'm also referring to my husband because he is excellent he's my greatest cheerleader. He is excellent at helping me with all the computer stuff, the lighting, the monitors, the keyboards, microphone, all that stuff. He's excellent at that stuff. And so there's I have a team. I don't pay any of them. None. They're just my team because they love me and they love my craft and they love what I do. So that's who we are. All right. So yesterday I did a quick little video of Mr. Holiday Penguin. And this is just a coaster. And grab a little Christmas cup here. See how it works on there. And I made it out of worsted weight number 4 yarn. Now, when I'm doing a coaster that is going to be used in the summer, I almost always use cotton because cold drinks sweat. But when I'm making something that I'm pretty sure is going to have like hot cocoa or hot cider or coffee, I don't worry too much about it being made out of cotton. And that's kind of a preference for you. Now, when I did the video, black is really hard to see the stitches in. Black yarn is just a bear to try to see the stitches in when you're working, let alone on a video. And so what I did is I did it in this gray. It's like a heather gray. And I really like it. It's really cute. And of course the hats are both different colors. There we go. And it's just a fun little penguin. You can use it for an applique. You can put it on a scarf or a hat. And you can just whatever you want to do with it. And I always love to use these little coasters and things like this for when I make, like when I wrap a package, a lot of times I will just take Christmas string, yarn, and I'll wrap it both ways and tie a bow. And then I'll add something like this to it. And sometimes I'll try to put the date on it, but it's just a little keepsake. If you're giving someone a box of fudge, they're going to eat that fudge. Or you're giving them some peanut brittle, they're going to eat it. But they can keep this and hang it on their tree or use it for decorations. So it's just a little, it's like giving a little piece of yourself because you love crochet like I do. And just giving a little piece of yourself when you give a gift. And so that's why I love these so much. And I've got several other ones that are out there that are coasters that you can try also. And they're all basically the same around the center. And it's just the different details on that 4th or 5th row that make them unique. So go ahead and check out my coasters. I've got lots of patterns for them and videos. So, but this was just one for this month. Now, I'm not going to show you the other things, but I'm going to tell you we have a table runner coming and it's really cute. I call it like an open weave chevron, and I made it in antique Christmas colors, but I'm going to do the demo in modern Christmas colors so that you can see 2 ways that you can make that. Another thing that we're going to do is the Wreath Granny Square. And the Wreath Granny Square I wrote 2 years ago when we did Christmas in July. I did not do Christmas in July last year because that was when I was having my surgeries and then my precious sister passed away. And so I just couldn't get it in there. And so that's why I want to make this year really great celebration. All right, so we're going to do the Wreath Granny Square. And the pattern, like I said, is already out there. And I've updated the pattern on the blog already. And I've already retested the pattern. And the video we'll probably do next week or the week after. Okay. Another thing that we're going to do is a graph Christmas tree. And I want to, we're going to be doing, it's just a little washcloth about this big. And we're going to do it all in single crochets. And I'm just going to kind of teach you how to read a graph and how to understand how to go back and forth and things like that. Really simple. And then it gives you a really neat, easy graph that you can work with. And then I think once you learn that and how to read it, you'll be able to do lots of different ones also. All right. Then after that, I have 2. I first was just going to do one surprise Christmas in July pattern that I wasn't going to tell you what it was, but I decided I've got to do 2 only because somebody asked me for one. Now I'll give you a hint. It has to do with a jar cozy, one of them. And I really love how it turned out. And she really asked me if I could do one. So I did it. So anyway, and one thing I really wanted to mention, if you don't celebrate Christmas, or maybe you're not really into all the Christmas fun, a lot of these patterns, maybe not the wreath, but a lot of these patterns can be done in different colors. For instance, the table runner. What makes it Christmas is the yarn that I'm using. And it's a beautiful pattern. And you could always do it in blues and whites or pink and yellows or whatever color is in your kitchen for or even your dining room or your entryway where you just need a pretty little table runner. I don't want you to feel like you can't do the pattern because you don't want those colors. And I talked about this last week also. You know, a lot of times you'll see a pattern. Maybe you just spotted a gorgeous shawl and you want to make it, but you see that it's made in yellow and you're like, I don't really want a yellow one. So you don't do that pattern. Don't let that hold you back. Go get the same weight or even the same brand and make one in whatever colors that you want. I do it all the time. Don't let the color of what the pattern designer designed it in hold you back. Alrighty? Yay for the jar cozies. I'm really loving doing them. And I use them all the time. And I'm thinking about, I know you have to be careful when you put a plant in them because you don't have the drain hole. And so I've been investigating how you can add rocks in the bottom for drainage so that the plant roots don't just sit in the dirt. And so I'm thinking about doing something in the fall. I've got so many ideas. I mean, you guys know me now. You know my brain is full of ideas of things I want to do. So anyway, yes, Rosita says some people have wreaths all year. And I do. I have one that I put out almost every month for whatever's going on in that month. You know, Valentine's Day, I have a heart. You know, spring, I have one that's all done with green grass and flowers. I think there's even a crochet bumblebee on there. I can't remember. I've got a fall one. I mean, you know, and a lot of times, I also have one at Christmas, I forgot about this, that is made out of yarn balls. And what I did is I just wrapped the wreath and then I wrapped yarn ball over styrofoam ball so I don't waste too much yarn. And then I just hot glued them on there, made a big bow, and I absolutely love it. And you can do lots of things. And there is a blog about that as well. And you can do lots of things like that. You can change all the different yarn balls that you want, you know, or whatever you're celebrating, or even if you're not celebrating the time of the seasons, you know, spring, summer, winter, fall, you can change it out 4 times a year. So let your creative juices flow. Don't be held back by the colors of yarn that pattern designer used. Okay. All right. So that's all that's going to be happening. Now, remember this also. During the month of July, I have a few other patterns that are not Christmas that I'm going to be releasing. And one of them is the baby blanket that I've been talking about, the hooded baby blanket. I've just about got it finished up with it's a really cool pattern as far as the stitch pattern. And it looks so cute and I really love the patterns. And I found out that my neighbor is in the hospital having her baby. She's having it a little bit early, so I've got to get that done. So I'm going to try to get that video done maybe tomorrow or Friday, or yeah, maybe. I don't usually do a video on Wednesday. I try to take that as my day off and get my junk done, you know, shopping and all that, cleaning. So probably Thursday or Friday, I'll probably go ahead and do the hooded baby blanket. And it's really neat because you can use it you can make it with the hood or without it, the way that I've written the pattern. And so I still isn't testing and things like that. Yes, we are still testing it. All right, are you ready to talk about the yarn giveaway? Who doesn't like yarn, right? I mean, who? Even people who don't crochet and knit love yarn, and they love looking at all the colors. It's kind of like when you walk in the produce department and you see all the bright oranges and bananas and apples, and it's just so pretty. I feel that way when I walk into a yarn store or Hobby Lobby or Michael's or Joann's, and they've got everything just lined up beautiful. To me, it's art, and I love the colors. I love squeezing the yarn and playing with it and pulling the strings out and wondering what I can do with it. Well, let me click over here so you can see what I've got going on. All right, it's a little bit shiny because I've got it in a package. Because what I did is I rolled it into cakes, and I want to make sure that no dog hair gets inside of it. So I've got it in this nice sealed bag. And just a note about these bags, this is the bag my sheets came in when I bought my new comforter set. And I saved these because it has a nice zipper. And I can pack them in there. I can keep them away from dog hair just in case anyone who gets these is allergic to dog hair. And I roll it up into cakes. So what this is, there we go, try to get the, is you've got 2 ounces, some a little more on each cake. And you've got some regular Christmas yarn here. And these are all worsted weight number 4 yarns. We've got 2 of the variegated with the metallic running through it. We've got a basic green and a basic red and a basic white with the metallic. And then we have this cranberry and this cream that is also metallic. So they're all metallic except for this one and this one. And these are all worsted weight number 4 yarns. I'm going to flip this over. There we go. All the metallic yarn is I Love This Yarn. And the 2 that are regular are Super Saver. And I decided to stick with all one weight of yarn. That way you can make lots of different things with these. Or you can put them all together and make one big thing. That's what the giveaway is. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 ounces of Christmas yarn. Okay, so how do you win? All you have to do is what I want you to do for this giveaway is to go over once I get it on YouTube and comment that you want to win. And I really liked using the random thing where you just put I copy and paste all the names, I put them in the random thing, and it just goes and a name comes up. That's the way we're going to do it. In the past, I've had my granddaughter just choose a name, and also I tried to do that last time, but my granddaughter didn't come over that day. All right, so all you have to do for the whole month of July is comment on the YouTube channel. You can comment on the Facebook page as well. I'm going to be looking at both of those and grabbing all those names, and you can comment both places and as many times as you want to. Just don't get real spammy on me, okay? Don't comment 100 times. Okay, so in order to win, all you have to do is comment. When am I going to choose the winner? The last Tuesday in July is the 31st. If I looked at my calendar right, it's the 31st of July. And so what I'll do is at midnight on the 30th, I probably won't stay up that late. Let's say 11 p.m. I'm not a night owl anymore. I'm going to go through all those names. We're gonna copy and paste all the names. We're gonna stick it in that random generator. That's what it's called, random generator, and then we'll pick a name. This is not just for the United States. It's for anyone. And you'll get it in time to get some of your Christmas projects done, because we're going to try to get it out that next week. And if the winner doesn't contact me in the first couple weeks, I'll choose a second winner. Okay, well, I just have one giveaway this time, and I love doing giveaways because it's just fun. I love giving away yarn, and I'm hoping to do one about every other month because I really like doing them. It's fun, but there's one caveat. If you win, you need to let me know. This last time I had great winners, and only one person commented that they won. And you don't have to post a picture. Just shoot me an email and say, I got the package. Because to be honest with you, I almost always use the post office, USPS, to ship. And I've only lost one package, which was about 6 or 7 years ago. And it was just because her address was wrong and I copied it incorrect. We got it straightened out. And so, but packages can get lost. And so I just want to make sure you let me know that you got the package. Okie dokie, artichokes. All right, let's have one more clink in. Let me know you're here. Oh, that's good coffee. Put my glasses on, because it's Christmas in July. I just want to thank you all again for chatting with me today. And I hope you'll be watching for all those new patterns that we have going on Because, you know, I love to crochet, and I love to do patterns that are easy and patterns that are middle of the road and patterns that are hard, so that I can reach all people that are different in their journey in crochet. If you're just starting, I want there to be some things for you to make. And if you've been crocheting for years, I want there to be things that you would like to make. Okay, and feel free to give me your suggestions. I can't always do them, but I love having them and giving me great ideas. And like I always say, if you have a question, feel free to ask it, and I'll do my best to find you an answer. And if I don't have that answer, I'll certainly try to find it. So again, I'm going to say goodbye and thank you for being a part of Posh Pooch Designs, because I couldn't do it without you. Have a great week, everybody.